5 o'clock in the morning. Time to get up. Continue our mission. Oh, horrible view to wake up to. Beautiful day. Got a bit of a hike ahead of us, so get up and have some brekkie and get on the road. Alrighty, so we're here. We're starting to walk you down the track. As you can see, there's not much of a track that's left here. It's all overgrown, but if you look down on the side here, you can see the cut from where the road was cut in. And just on the other side over here, it drops off. So this is like the road that was cut in the side of the hill, which heads down to some old mines. So as you can see, it's quite thick. So we've got about 1.2 k's walk through this stuff. And yeah, hopefully it turns out alright at the end. We'll see how we go. Nearly halfway there. She's hot and muggy, and she's turned out to get pretty thick. The track's that overgrown, we've actually lost the track. According to the map, we're still on it, but you can see she's well overgrown.
Definitely not for the faint.
No. Plenty of waters with us today, hydrolytes to keep the fluids up. Got a bit to go yet. It did open up quite nicely for a while there, but then as soon as we got over the ridge line, it's gotten quite thick. But anyway, we'll keep going. Hopefully it opens back up again. Get out of these vines. They're bloody painful. Well, we're still going. We're having a breather. This is, don't know whose bright idea this was, but
Don't look at me.
we're all having a bit of a breather here because it's thick.
Yeah,
It's thick.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's like being in the bloody Cambodian jungle or something. It's thick. And the vines are the worst. The vines getting tangled around your legs and your feet and trying to drag yourself through them. Unbelievable. But you can see just up there, we're coming up to the top of a ridge line. Hopefully up the top there, it starts to thin out a bit and we get a bit more easier walking. But it was looking good about halfway here. A nice wide track, and then the track just disappeared into jungle. So, you know, hopefully there's some gold at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. Starting to go the downward slope down to the gully where the mines are. Still in the jungle, but we're starting to see some bedrock, some rocks, and boulders, and there's conglomerate here, river rocks and stuff, which is indicative of the type of deposit that's here. Yeah, look at that. All big boulders of conglomerate, you know, from the ancient riverbeds, which is very cool. So yeah, we're still marching through the thick of thick, but we're nearly there. A couple hundred meters to go. So close, but so far away still.
How far you reckon?
It's only a couple hundred meters, but far out she's getting thick. We're starting to see bracken fern, which is a bit indicative of humans back in the day. But, oh my god, she's starting to get real thick. Hitting a gully, a feeder gully, which is going into the gully we're looking for, which is just down there. So hopefully when we get to the gully, we'll be able to walk it. Fingers crossed. It's going to be easier than this stuff. Anyway, keep going. Alright, we've made it down to the gully. Got some nice flowing water here. I've just been stung by a bloody plant. Oh, it's painful. Shaking. absolutely painful. Don't know what it was. Some sort of like broadleaf bloody tree like that up there, but she's really painful. Cold water's soothing. Oh bastard. Anyway, we're not too far away now. Follow this gully down a couple hundred more meters and we should be there. Hopefully it's worth it. Alright, we're nearly there. Less than 100 meters to go. Come to a nice waterfall in the gully that we've got to walk down. Sorry, shaking a bit there. My hand's still bloody stinging from that plant. Anyway, beautiful waterfall, crystal clear water. I feel like I could just jump in there. Not far to go now, guys. Not far. Oh, we made it. Finally. What's the time? I think it's about 5 hours.
10 o'clock.
10. So we left at what, 6:30. So about 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours hike through the jungle, but we finally made it to our destination. So we're on the main creek now. That's the gully that was coming down, the feeder gully. Yeah, look at the cliffs. Apparently the mine workings are just up in there, in the hills up here. We don't know if we're going to get up there and detect or not. We'll wait and see how much energy we got left after that walk. But, you know, there's got to be gold in the creek, surely. So, fingers crossed. We didn't bring a yabby pump, but we might be able to shovel some out and hopefully find a bit. Anyway, have a bit of a rest and then we'll get some pans wet. That's where we just did a couple of test pans up here, not get much. That's the gully we walked out of. The mine's up in the hills up there, top up there. We're going to go for a walk later and have a look. It's quite a large, extensive working, so it should be easy enough to find. But yeah, we're not getting nothing there, so I moved down here a bit. It's looking like there's a bit more of a few cracks and stuff here. Beautiful water hole here. Really, really deep. Pristine. Even when you don't find any gold, this is gold worth the walk. It's really quite deep too. There's some fish swimming around in there. Some nice size looking fish too. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Hopefully get some gold. We don't want to walk 3.5 hours and not get any, but we'll keep going. Kieran's just did a little scratch out of there. Just a rough scoop out, and he's got our first speck of the trip. If you can see that, focus, just there. Where's my finger? Oh, there he is. Beautiful. That's a good sign. There's gold here, please. Just got to find where it is. Oh, all right. Yeah. Oh, both the boys are chirping. So where that bit of wire was in that pipe clay, the boys have dug out a pan each out of the clays. Kieran's just finished his pan and given me the yell. Yeah, baby.
Not much.
Almost. Oh, that's a picker.
Not much.
You. Oh, and Anthony's got a.
2 of them.
Anthony's got a chunk and a half too. Oh, you. Oh well. On to it, boys.
I said.
Yep. Took a few pans to find it. And a bit of walking up and down the creek, but it's what you got to do. Sorry, that's what you got to do when you hit a new spot. You know, sample around, up and down, back and forwards. And looks like we found it.
Middle of the creek?
Yeah, middle of the creek in the clay. So, in the pipe clay. Well, found it pretty early too, haven't been here that long. Yep. Half an hour maybe. So, beautiful. Right, so this is the type of material that we're pulling out. You see by the colour of the water how clayey it is. It's real silty sort of clay, pipe clay. It's like decayed almost. And yeah, so the colour of it when you're classifying it, it's dirty. And it's real like sort of schisty, breaking up material. And yeah, I got myself a pan here after the boys got their bits, and I'm going to do this one and see if I can be lucky enough to get some too. So just pulled a couple of chunkies out of that pan. Pretty happy with that. Shaking. Nice. Getting on it, a couple of chunkies a pan. So hopefully it keeps going like that. Good. Found a little bit of workings here on the gully as we've walked up. Just in here. There's a bit of what looked to be maybe an adit cut in the side of the hill. You got rocks stacked up either side. I'll see if I can bring you back a bit, maybe I'll see a bit better. But, yeah, there's the back face of it there. And then yeah, it's been dug in. Looks like it's well collapsed now, or whether it was just an excavation or a processing material. No, we're going to see if we can find any more workings. It's almost getting to the point where we've got to think about heading home before it gets too late. Also, we're going to be walking in the dark and we don't want to be doing that. So, we'll see what else we can find. To make our way home. We're definitely not going back the way we came. Too steep, too hectic. So, we decided to follow the creek. We're going to follow the creek up, which intersects the road about 600-700 metres up the creek. And we're going to have to walk that road back around to our cars. It's a fair walk, but I think it's going to be a lot easier walk. And we've got some nice views along the way. Nice beautiful waterfall and bedrock. So just going to leisurely take our time. And it's going to at least take us 3 to 4 hours to get back to our car. So we better head off now before it gets dark. We don't know what we've got ahead of us. Anyway, keep trekking. Still going. Look how hot this ground is. The detector off its nut. Doesn't like it. Anyway, onwards and upwards. These geology layers here are absolutely insane. Look at this seam you got running all the way along here. It's like these dark sort of reefy, it's almost like liquefied. See the lines in it. See all the, and then you get back up to like the host sort of rock, bedrock here. This is obviously some sort of volcanic with this layer on top of it. Very cool. So the angle sort of rises down on that angle underneath. Very cool. Right, time for a break. Done a bit of walking up the creek. This looks like a beautiful spot to pull up and have a rest. A bit of shade under the tree over there. Have a bit of a break for a minute, have a drink, cool off in the stream. Anthony said he's going to get naked and go swimming. So stay tuned for that one. I'm telling you, mate, I'm nearly tempted to get in there, eh? Oh, it's pretty warm. It's actually a lot cooler down here, actually, in the creek than bloody hiking through that rainforest. So it's actually quite cool in the shade here. It's beautiful. Nice rock pool. I've seen a few fish around. Saw a nice big catfish before. But yeah, anyway, we'll pull up here for a 10. Replenish the fluids. Might even have a sample pan. Oh, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Can't complain at all. I like this eel. It's going off. Oh, there he is. There he goes. Woohoo! It's quite an active creek, this one. A lot of water life, a lot of fish and eels and catfish and stuff. It's very cool. Whoa! Head careful, mate. You don't want to slip ass up down there. He's having a shower. Come across this volcanics conglomerate. And it looks like where the little lava's ran through a riverbed and picked up all the river gravels. Very cool. Alright, still on our walk. We've just come across a very interesting geology area. I'm not sure what this is as far as rock goes. It's quite shiny, metallic looking, and if you can see that there's all these like washout runs in it, you know, it's like ripple effects. There's like rust leaching out of the seams of it. Look at it.
Maybe it's glacial. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe from the ice age.
Yeah, there's rust leaking out of the cracks, you know, and it's got like an ocean floor sort of effect, a rippling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm at an angle, and you can see on the other side here, you got the same sort of angle, you know, like a fault. I guess what you'd call it. I don't know. This seems to be like the base layer, but I found this piece here. It's really heavy. I'm pretty sure it might be magnetite. I'm not sure. We'll have to check it with a magnet. Yeah, very, very shiny metallic rock. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I'd really like to know what this is, if anyone knows. Especially it must have like you can see where there's been these holes that have worn out, and then it's got the trickle coming off, like a hole there, and then a runoff behind it, hole, and then all down here, all the ripples. Oh, what do we got?
Dinosaur footprint.
No way.
No, I reckon. What? Have a look at that. Toe.
Oh, could almost be, isn't it?
Look at the back of it too. It's like there and there, like.
Yeah, so it's like a back of the foot sort of thing, and up imprint there.
It's out there and there too. Like his pad as well. Yeah.
It's very interesting, eh? It's definitely old. It's definitely old rock, that's for sure. It's just the way it's worn is very, very interesting. Never seen anything like it before.
So strange how it's eroded like that.
Especially down here, it's a lot smoother. Even with the rust coming out the cracks, there's got to be some iron in there or something that cause those rust stains. We're near civilization again, thank God. Up out of the creek. Got on the clear paddock here, and just over the other side and on that tree line over there is a road which takes us back up to the top. So we've still got about probably 3k's, 4k's maybe, walking on the road to get back to the cars, but at the end of the day it's been a much easier walk than trying to get back up through that jungle in this heat. Kind of steep. You know, this has all been pretty flat level plain the whole way, so anyway, let's hit the road. The struggle is real. This hill is monstrous. We've walked like over 8 kilometers so far through rugged bush. It's still easier than doing that, but oh my God. We just want to get to the flat ground. Anyway.
One foot after the other.
One foot after the other, we're getting there. Biggest mission we've done yet. Anyway.